Hello, dear ones. This is Miriam here. I hope you've had a great week and you've had a chance to try out what we talked about last week. Now, today's topic has been greatly inspired by something that I experienced just recently. Last night, I went to a presentation given by a very gifted photographer at National Geographic, and her presentation just was so um, amazing, and the images were so eye-inspiring as only National Geographic pictures could be. And after looking at image after image, suddenly a thread seemed to reveal itself, and it was like a sort of like a message that got me very excited. I have alluded to this in previous videos, but it's a topic that really bears remembering and practicing every day, if you will. I would recommend that every day. Just it's more like a shift in perspective. And we've discussed that before. However, this seemed to be a little more large scale because it changes the way you look at things on a larger scale. Now, what am I going to call this that I keep talking about? Let's refer to this as the silver lining. Now, what do I mean by silver lining? Exactly as you would guess. Silver lining is that little ray of hope and sunshine that you might look for on a rainy, gloomy outcome, otherwise rainy, gloomy outcome. And looking at what's happening right now, one might view circumstances and situations as very dim, very gloomy, as if all the hope has been sucked out. Um, for you Potter fans, it's like a Dementor hovering around constantly. And yes, on the one side, this might be how things seem to be, but if we were to take a moment and take a look in a different way, shift the perspective, move our position, and try to renegotiate, reassess the situation, we will see that there is always an upside. You know, a half glass does have water in it, and you all forget it is refillable. It doesn't need to stay empty halfway. So you catch my drift. You understand what I'm trying to say. There is always a silver lining to any situation, no matter how bleak it might seem to be and how devastating it makes us feel. There are good things happening too. If we're considering on a global level, which what she was trying to present herself, you look at, she took pictures of war zones and devastation the whole time. And I think something so devastating like that can always urge us to perhaps look a different way and try to find something that we can cope with. And if we consider what's happening right now on a global level, yes, the first look, it might seem rather bleak. However, if you dig a little and see a different way, you will find that there are really very many good things are happening also. It's not all doom and gloom. Come on now. We all have things to hope for, have things to feel hopeful for. So don't let all the surface doom and gloom drag you down in such a way that you feel helpless in finding any light at the end of the tunnel. So take a look around, shift your perspective, take a break from the doom and gloom that you might be surrounded with. And you will see you can shift that energy, shift that perspective. It's not really that, you know, out of the ordinary. Every situation has a silver lining, and that was the main point that she was trying to make yesterday with her images and her experiences. However, I feel, I've been experiencing that recently myself, and it was kind of like a message that, yes, I need to emphasize that. I need to urge all of you to try to shift a perspective anytime you feel really frustrated, really gloomy. You can acknowledge the fact that, yes, I feel this just seems to be hopeless. But there is that key word, seems to be. Everything you experience right now seems to be a certain way. What does that mean? Which means is not definite. It is not a finite thing. So anything that seems to be also can seem to have another side, and you will find that. So I hope you find this helpful. It helps me every time I remember this concept, and hearing it in a different way perhaps will turn a light bulb on for you, because it's important, especially now more than ever, globally, if you will. We all need to feel hopeful. We all need to find the silver lining in all the situations we encounter and the people we meet. Do not forget about that. Do not lose hope. There is a silver lining. With that being said, I hope this was helpful for you. It certainly was for me. And if you find this very helpful, please share it with your friends and ask them to share it with their friends. I also have a YouTube channel, The Core Shift, which you can subscribe to and receive these video blogs directly. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.